streaming live across the country, tackling the topics everyone is talking about online. Share, engage, and interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
Hey everyone, great to have you clicking into Newsfeed Now. Today is Thursday, November 12th, inching closer to the weekend. I'm Suzanne Bruner, and we've got our eyes on the stories creating some traction online this morning. Of course, the election's still on the minds of many as several states continue counting ballots. But President-elect Joe Biden is moving forward. He named Ron Klain as his chief of staff. Klain is a longtime advisor to Biden. He served as his chief of staff during his first years as vice president. He also coordinated the Obama administration's response to the Ebola outbreak. In a statement, Biden described Klain as having, quote, deep, varied experience and capacity to work with people all across the political spectrum. Now, this is just the first of many senior hires to come. Transition officials say as many as 10 to 12 will come next week. On the other side, President Donald Trump maintains his claim that the election was rigged. Administration officials and the campaign say they will continue to fight the election results. But Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon reports senators from both parties expressed confidence the process is working as intended.
The president has been fired by the American people.
After Joe Biden's win in the popular vote and the electoral vote, Democrats are dismissing claims by Trump administration officials like Secretary of State Mike Pompeo that the outcome could still turn in President Trump's favor.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
Pompeo was playing both to Trump and he was playing to the Republican base. He has election prospects in his future. He's thought about whether to run for the presidency 4 years out.
Meanwhile, President Trump fired the Secretary of Defense and other top military officials, replacing them with people he considers more loyal.
There will be more heads to roll. The president will vent his frustration by taking out additional people.
The Trump campaign promises more lawsuits, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says all candidates have the right to explore their options until the election results are certified.
It's not unusual. It should not be alarming.
Utah Republican Senator Mitt Romney agrees, but says there is no evidence of widespread fraud and says claiming the election was rigged is wrong.
That would be, in my view, again, one, not accurate, and two, destructive to the cause of freedom.
In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Thanks, Alexandra. We're also keeping our eyes in Georgia. That's where a full by-hand recount the presidential election ballots will get underway. The margin between Trump and Biden is just over 14,000 votes right now. Biden is in the lead. Georgia instituted a new audit process, which the Secretary of State says is intended to ensure the election integrity. And I'd like John Dowding to talk to us more about this from Savannah, Georgia. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us here on Newsfeed Now. First off, let's talk about how does this process work?
Hey, thank you again for having me. Yeah, so basically, this process is a part of the culmination of the Secretary of State's efforts to try and ensure the integrity of this election process here. You know, I've spoken with the Secretary of State here many times over the last few months. The most recently was before the election. And he even assured me that they were going to audit the election no matter what outcome, just to ensure that all safety protocols were working properly, that everybody followed the right procedures, and that this election was again intended and carried out in an efficient and safe manner. Now, this audit is basically, like I said, was part of that protocol that the Secretary of State wanted to follow. And so what it intends is a lot of, well, all of the counties here in Georgia actually will have a hand recount of all of their ballots. So all 159 counties here in Georgia have to issue a hand recount of all of their ballots. So they have until next Friday, November 20th, to get all of that done and to certify the election. Now, when they are done certifying the election, and by the 20th, a candidate can come back and ask for a hand recount, or a recount, I should say, again as well, if the election results are within that 0.5 of a percentage point margin. So right now, like you said previously, Joe Biden leads statewide by 14,000 votes, I should say, and that's about 0.3 of a percentage point. So if that overall end count is the same after the recount, after the audit, the Trump administration and President Trump can ask for a recount here in Georgia, but that would be different from the hand audit that's going on right now. That would be carried out by machines. That wouldn't be done by people physically recounting ballots. So right now, that process is just a normalized audit part of the process, and that's going to just be a full hand recount all counties have to do by November 20th.
Wow, sounds like a process, John. Real quick, I just want to reiterate, you said, so, they're hand recounting this right now. They have until next Friday to turn in those results. If it's within a 5/10 difference, they can come back and recount again, you're saying, and then it would take them another week to process that.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. This process is a lengthy process. I mean, the hand recount a much longer process than the machines. I mean, just for some perspective, here locally, Chatham County, where Savannah is located, is the 6th largest county in the state. We had to do a hand recount in one of our primary races earlier in the year in August. Now, that only had 5.3 thousand votes in that election. That was a hand recount. And that took a long period of time. Now, with this election, there's 20 times more votes just in the county that they would have to hand recount and have it done by next Friday.
Wow, locally, it's gonna take a lot of time. Yeah.
The county officials are saying they're hoping they can get it done by the 20th, but again, it's a lengthy process.
It really is. Real quick, so from my understanding, there are calls for the Secretary of State's resignation. Where does the Secretary of State stand on the recount process, or just the counting process? What's their reaction?
Yeah, so I mean, we haven't really heard a lot from people, specifically the candidates for Senate here, Senator David Perdue and Senator Kelly Loeffler. We haven't really heard a lot from them after the Secretary of State came out and said he was going to issue that audit. They were still calling for his resignation. And honestly, there's just a lot more pressure being put on the Secretary of State, a lot more calls for him to resign. Granted, he is steadfast, saying that he is not going to resign. He is going to let the process carry out. He's going to let the process move forward, and he's not going to let any calls for his resignation deter him or anyone in his office, making sure this election process is safe and carried out properly.
All right, John, thanks so much for your time and for bringing us up to speed on what's happening in Georgia. All right, well, we are also tracking the tropics today. Tropical storm Aydah made landfall on the Florida coast, threatened to wash away bridges, damage piers, even tear boats from their moorings. We're talking more than 15,000 people in Florida currently without power right now. Aydah made landfall 3 times before. It first made landfall in Central America just last week and as a Category 4 hurricane, and then in Cuba and in the Florida Keys late Sunday. But Aydah is expected to dissipate over the western Atlantic Ocean by the weekend. Turning now to the COVID-19 pandemic, our nation, we are also seeing just some new numbers here. New data shows 144,305 COVID-19 cases on Wednesday. That marked a new single-day record. This also surpasses the previous record reported just this past Monday, which was just over 133,000. This is the 8th day in a row that more than 100,000 cases have been reported. And talk about being at the right place at the right time. An Ohio police officer turned midwife. Officer Jonathan Ross was on radar duty. He was looking for speeders when a man stopped his car and started frantically waving his hands. Officer Ross knew something was up. He went over. He saw the man's wife was just moments away from giving birth. So Officer Ross said he had no experience with this, but he put on some gloves and got straight to work. At first, we're told the baby wasn't breathing, so he flipped the baby over and patted him in the back. He started to move and cry. Officer Ross said that the baby was just okay, and they called him a hero, but he said he doesn't see himself as a hero. He was just happy that he could help out. So great work on his part on a safe delivery of that baby boy. Well, metal detecting has become a favorite pastime for one Alabama veteran. Most of his finds have been coins, jewelry, lots of other things. But as Debbie Williams reports, one piece of jewelry in particular has him searching for something no metal detector can find.
Metal detecting. It's become a favorite pastime of John Pollock. The transplant from Chicago has become pretty good at it. Most of his finds have been coins and jewelry, but one piece of jewelry in particular...
Something like this, I wish you could talk.
Well, that's got him searching for something no metal detector can find.
That's a medallion, a picture of a Marine. and it's just an interesting find.
Finding out who this is and where it belongs has become a pastime of its own for Pollock and his wife, Tammy.
Somebody's brother, uncle, father? We don't even know how old it is.
The picture itself is kind of hard to make out, but put two and two together and say, oh yeah, that was mine or that is that person.
They have posted on social media with no luck, contacted veterans groups with no luck. It's a long shot, they know, but they're not giving up.
We just don't know the story.
It's somebody that was a Marine, that was in the service, served their country. I just want to return it to the owner or a relative of this person.
Most of the things Pollock finds while metal detecting has little value, but this could be priceless to whoever lost it. In Gulf Shores, Debbie Williams, WKRG, News 5.
And we have Debbie from Mobile, Alabama joining us now to talk more about this story. What an amazing find. And, you know, social media, things gain traction. So I really hope somebody will be able to come across this and say, hey, I know who this belongs to.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. And the guys that were out there metal detecting, they've been looking for the person for over a year now. They've used social media, and it does a lot of good things, but so far they've had no takers. They've also reached out to some veterans groups to look for that. They also say, and you didn't see it in the piece, but on the back of the locket, it has a very distinctive engravings, just a texture there that they hope will help maybe identify this guy as well. Had a lot of photographers that have taken the images that we put on social media and used their photography magic and tried to enhance that image to try and get a better look at who that might be. But at this point, still a mystery.
It really is. So I caught on that. You said they found this about a year ago?
Yeah.
And
so he was...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. No, yeah, he was metal detecting out there in Gulf Shores, and just because he found it in Gulf Shores, which is right on the Gulf Coast on the Alabama beaches, doesn't mean that it actually, was lost there. It could have come from anywhere. We have a strong west running current. It could come from Florida, and it just ended up there. Of course, all this was before all the hurricanes and stuff. So if you were vacationing on the Gulf Coast, Florida or Northwest Florida or the Alabama Gulf Coast, and you've lost a locket, we may know where it is.
Yeah, you never know. It's been over a year now. What motivates him to keep searching for the owner of this locket?
He is an Army veteran, and especially this time of year, I think we're a little bit more patriotic. His wife reached out to me on social media and said, hey, we found this locket. John is a proud Army soldier and is got his teeth into this, and he's not going to let go until he finds some resolution to this. They've been back to the same area of the beach. Of course, it's all stirred up now after what a tropical season we've had down here, but hoping to find more clues, and he's out there almost every day just with his metal detector and trying to find any more clues that might help him find who owns this. And let me just say, I've got a quarter here. This is about the size of the locket. It's tiny, really tiny.
Yeah.
So they have really gone above and beyond to try and do this. And hopefully there's somebody out there that will see it on social media and give us a call.
I really hope so too. And Debbie, I think there's definitely a personal connection because, if you've served, you only know how special something like this and how sentimental this can be for that person or a family. So, I applaud him for his work in trying to find the owner. And I hope we can help too by just sharing this story. So.
I hope so too. It would be lovely if they could find the name and get it back to the rightful owner.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Debbie, for bringing us that story. We appreciate it. A special honor for a special veteran in Oregon, Jim Weinbrenner. He turned 98 years old last Thursday. And look at this. He was surprised at the birthday celebration, and it featured a lot of people, the Newport Police, the fire department, even some folks from the Oregon State Police. Mr. Weinbrenner, he's a veteran of World War II. He served as a waist gunner in the U.S. Army Air Corps, defending aircraft against the enemy. And police presented Weinbrenner with a t-shirt and featured him on their Facebook page for Veterans Day. Happy birthday to him. The 54th Annual Country Music Association Awards were presented yesterday, and we're talking about Reba McEntire and Darius Rucker. They actually hosted the show right from Music City Center in Nashville. It was very different, as you can imagine, with all the things we're experiencing with the COVID-19 pandemic this year. But the evening was packed with full moments still. You have to have those moments. For a full recap, we're going to go to our country music expert, Josh Breslow. I feel like you're the expert with everything in Nashville, but hey.
I mean, everything.
Did you
Bars,
go?
Music. So I did not go.
Okay.
They were only allowing certain people to be in there, and you had to be special. I'm not special enough.
Bummer.
But they let me hang out at CMA headquarters, so that's
pretty special.
Almost the same.
That's pretty special.
I mean, there was no one else there, but still, it's okay. Because there were posters of celebrities, and that was almost like being with the actual celebrities.
There you go. There you go. What was the biggest highlight of the show, would you say?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think Reba and Darius, or Hootie as you want to call him, just being together, it was different because we've seen Carrie Underwood host for more than a decade. So to actually see them together and see them.
Her.
So she made an announcement earlier on this year and said, look, I'm going to hang up my hosting hat. I'm not going to do it this time. Let's let somebody else do it. So she, Reba stayed for a second year in a row. Darius Rucker, the two of them, hosting together. It was nice to see just kind of them playing off of each other, two huge stars. But then also you had that tribute to Charlie Daniels, who passed away earlier on in the year. So to see that, there were just a lot of moments that, you didn't know what was going to come next. And that's the kind of thing that you like to see, especially at an event like this.
Josh, what was your thoughts on Justin Bieber? Did you ever expect him to take the stage at the awards? I mean, I was kind of shocked.
A lot of people were, but each and every year you have somebody who's not a country star who comes out and does something like this. Charlie Puth obviously was the one that people were talking about not being a country star. In the past, we had Niall Horan from One Direction who performed with Maren Morris. So it's kind of like a tradition that they do where they have somebody who's not a country star come up and sing with somebody who is a country star.
Real quick, I want to touch on Eric Church. He won Entertainer of the Year. And, a lot of people are talking about his acceptance speech. He talked about coming together, saying he believes music will actually save the entire world. And I want to quote, he said, politicians are about division. Music is about unity. What kind of reception has he received on his acceptance speech?
So a lot of people are obviously talking about that. It was trending on Twitter. And for the most part, it seems like a lot of the reaction is positive because that's something that you can get behind. You can say politicians obviously have their side of the aisle, whatever they're, trying to do and whatever they're trying to fight for. But with music, everyone loves music. It's just something that does bring people together. Now, a lot of the things that I was seeing were people were saying Luke Combs should have gotten Entertainer of the Year. So there's, of course, that controversy of, should Eric Church have gotten it? Did he earn it this year? A lot of people weren't performing this year. So it was really hard, I'm sure, for the Academy to make that judgment as to who the Entertainer of the Year was. And, Best New Artist had some of the people who were nominated last year still nominated once again.
Yeah, you can't please everybody. You never know. Heck, you might even host the show next year. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
All right. Thanks for your time. We appreciate the recap of what happened to CMAs. All right. Look at this. A purple pink diamond mined in Russia. This sold Wednesday for $26 million. Wow. An anonymous telephone bidder bought it. The oval stone weighs 14.83 carats. I can't even imagine. I'd like that. That's nice. All right. Thanks for joining us. That's all that we have for today. We'll be back tomorrow with all the other stories trending. Once you wake up in the morning, join us on this website, 10:30 Central Standard Time. Have a great day.